which is the male version of our convent. It was like climbing a skyscraper without an aid. There was no money anywhere. We prayed as usual. By faith we started. And as I talk to you, by the grace of God, Masters versus Seminary is one of the schools I can raise my hand any part of Nigeria and ask anybody to come and let us compete in terms of infrastructure, in terms of quality teachers and quality teaching, in terms of laboratory, in terms of environment, in terms of discipline. These two schools can give it to you without mincing words. So these are the areas we are still going, and by the grace of God, in our schools, mark what I say, we have what we call total zero tolerance to exam malpractice. Total. We don't give you one breathing space. Once your name is attached to anything malpractice, whether a teacher or a student, that day you are leaving that school. We have expelled some teachers, we have expelled some students. Just looking around that you are taking an exam, looking around, sends you out of that school. So any certificate any child comes out with from our schools, take that child anywhere. That child will defend that certificate without any doubt. The recent, somebody called me, sorry, I have to mention it, called me from Ibadan 3 weeks ago. I said I was shocked. She said I was shocked. I was called as a consultant to conduct interview for Glow Network, that they are trying to, employ some critical young people in their engineering and the computer area and programming. They say one girl mesmerized everybody. So I didn't know the girl, but as the chief person conducted the interview, I recommended the girl. I said, this is number one. And after the interaction, I said, girl, how are you? She said, fine, where are you from? I said, where did you school? She said, my foundation of education started when I was groomed at the Holy Child Convent, Amichi. So that's where whatever I am today, that was where it was planted. And the girl has gone to university, graduated, and look at the performance. So we are joyful that we are not failing. Having said that, we said, now, what do? We talked about, we looked at this vicinity, and we see the number of youths, both boys and girls, scrambling for few available spaces in admission into School of Nursing. And we say we are at a disadvantaged position. And the truth of the matter is that before this period, throughout Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, the whole Nigeria, we had only 2 schools of nursing throughout Nigeria. One, Iyenu, the other one, I think, either Ibadan or North, somewhere. Usasa, only 2. There was no College of Nursing Sciences owned by Anglican Church in Nigeria. So we took the bull by the horns, ventured into it. The accreditation and the standard of accreditation of School of Nursing is not a child's play. It wasn't a child's play. Everything must be gotten perfectly. Building, laboratory, demonstration, equipment, vehicles, lecturers, before you can sell forms. So, but to the glory of God, we ventured into establishment of School of Nursing, which many saw as a white goose chase by the bishop. Where did he get the money to do that? A project that is going to take nearly 1.5 billion naira. And I had no 10 million naira in my account. But we prayed and God said, carry on. By the grace of God, in 2016, the final team from Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria came for final accreditation. And after inspecting our facilities, despite the challenges posed by our sister denomination here and there, they went back to Abuja and wrote us a letter. But it was a double barrel accreditation and approval letter. Convinced that you are taking nursing to a new level. Therefore, we have approved and accredited your School of Nursing to start admission and academic process. That was a wonderful thing for us. Then, the last paragraph, after a few months, they gave us a letter. I said, haven't looked at the standard. We have never done this in Nigeria, but we are doing it because we have seen what you can do. Having seen the standard of infrastructure you have and structures, we are forced to upgrade your School of Nursing to a College of Nursing Sciences. And they say they've never done it. That mine is the first. And I asked them, what is the implication of this upgrade? And they said, it means now you have 3 schools in one place. School of Nursing, School of Midwifery, and School of Public Health. That's the 3 schools. And they said, again, that instead of having OND nursing now, whoever pass through your college, we have HND nursing. And as a result of that upgrade, that we are no more going to have a principal to head the school. The school is now headed by a provost, which makes it a tertiary institution. That is one thing that when I look back, I say, God, you're faithful. God, you're great. And that school now, they have admitted 2nd batch of students. By February, forms for the 3rd batch of students will begin to be on sale. And you go there, the maiden matriculation took place on 4th of December 2018. And the Director of Nursing Services in Nigeria, in Anambra State, was there and publicly took the microphone. I said, of all the School of Nursing in Anambra State, the infrastructure in Amichi is the best. She said it publicly. She said it publicly. So, that's where God has taken us. Then we say we must not be roaming around without moving, diversifying. We ventured into banking sector. We looked around here because your environment is the womb through which you give birth to your existence. In any environment, you must look around. So we looked around here. There is no commercial bank. There is no microfinance bank in Amichi. So anybody doing any kind of business in Amichi must be forced to go to Newi to bank. He said, this is an insult. Coming to microfinance bank, we look at small towns around us. They have microfinance banks, but none is in Amichi. of water factory, they will start by giving the NAFDAC number for sachet water first. Observe them for some time to know whether they are capable of producing table water, bottled water. But having seen the kind of facility we put there, in one day, NAFDAC gave us NAFDAC number both for sachet water and bottled water in one day. Because I keep on telling people, as a bishop and as an individual, I have 3 enemies in my life. 3 unrepentant enemies. My enemy number 1 is unrighteousness, that is sin. My enemy number 2 is laziness. And my enemy number 3 is mediocrity. That is why I buy that axiom. I don't believe that I said, if it is not Panadol, there is nothing like this one looks like Panadol. You must get it right. So standard is my name, and I cannot repent from it. So we now have functional water factory that can compete anywhere. I take it anywhere. I present it anywhere. So these are things we have been able to do infrastructurally. Then we have our own. You heard when the DIOCESE media communicator said, what we are doing here now is running live in social media. Facebook, YouTube, and our diocesan website. So anybody all over the world can join what we are doing here. That's why I don't believe location is not your problem. Your problem is knowing what God wants you to do in that location. So we have our own media center, the Diocesan Media Center, where we do a lot of things, both training, then production of different things, repairing of laptops, phones, and all that, so that we keep abreast with whatever that is happening all over the world. And may I remind or tell us here that when the CBN talked about cashless economy, in this part of the world, let me be precise, in Anambra State, we are the first diocese that started cashless principle in both payment of salary and doing every other thing. We don't handle cash any longer. Immediately they started it, we queued into it, and that's where we are for these 10 years. We also have, because of agriculture, we have what we call diocesan integrated farm. Diocesan integrated farm is in Oto. There we have sections of piggery. We have piggery section, we have poultry section, we have fishery, we have hatchery. So everything we have it there, and God is helping us that the farm is growing, and these things are part of our contribution to human capital development and solving the employment problem of this country. Because all these things we are establishing, they are aimed at employing people. Like I know 3 of my schools, we have both School of College of Nursing, Holy Child, Master Vessel. We are having not less than 200 staff. And I know what that means in Nigeria. Then the farm and others, you can know what they can employ. You have not gone to our hospital. Let me bring in that one. When we came in, we inherited a community hospital that is completely moribund and dilapidated. Completely. Nothing was happening. But we discussed with the owners of the hospital. We thanked the founding fathers, Akuruno Social Club. They decided to give us a space to take it over and manage. If you go to that hospital today, you can be proud that everything there has been renovated, given a facelift, brought to a standard that even the theater there is one of the best theaters. Doctors come from teaching hospital, to use the theater for their surgery, and so many other things. So the hospital now is wonderfully functional and doing great. We cannot give everything in detail, but within these 10 years, we have bought so many lands. The diocese have bought so many, hectares of land, fenced many of them, started developing many of them, and that's what God has helped us to do. Also, within this period, all the schools handed over back to us by the government, we have renovated almost all, remaining about 1 or 2, fenced all our schools, remaining 1 or 2. So that shows you that God is helping us. We can't exhaust everything. So this is the area of education, healthcare, about a hospital and college of nursing and all that. Then the area of welfare and social services. We have what we call Amici Diocesan or social services. We call it ADAS. Now that is registered with CSC so that they can offer social services to people. Under these social services and welfare, this diocese is having one of the best and functional scholarships for young people. Scholarships from primary school, secondary school, tertiary institutions. We have young people. It doesn't just come like the way. Every year, by the grace of God, we use our position as bishops to make sure that some universities around us, we talk to their vice chancellors, and they must give us slots. We must get slots, Unizik, Nandazikiwe, and then Odumego Jukwa, Polytechnic Oko. We talk to them. They give us slots because not everybody is highly connected. Some are intelligent, but they come from very poor families. So we get these slots from the universities. We tell those ones that scored high, but they were not admitted. We fix their names, and they are given admission free of charge. Nobody takes any money from them. And that is helping us. Then scholarship, we have a number of them now. We're paying their school fees from primary to secondary to university, and God is helping us. It's not easy for us, but we're doing well. Now, we also take care of the widows in different facets. Every year we make sure that before Christmas, we organize widows' Christmas party to provide for the widows so that they can celebrate Christmas with others. That's our social service and welfare. We pay hospital bills for people that are discharged but they cannot go home because of poverty. So we pay hospital bills, we pay house rents. Within these 10 years, we know a number of young people in our diocese who are given money, capital to start their small businesses. These are not loans. They are money we give to them to make sure they take care of themselves. We have sponsored so many youths on vocational training so that they can help themselves. We can go on and on. Then these corporate social services and corporate social responsibility. For almost 7 years, when we saw that we were being cut off by government as far as road is concerned, the only federal road that connects this place to another state, Imo State, was impassable. So we have to take it upon ourselves with our meager and stringent resources. We were making this road more travelable from Amichi to Oga every year with heavy amount of money. We were sponsoring the palliative works on that road until God helped us recently. They built it to Ekulumere. And we see that these are the things we do and make sure that the gospel is preached in a holistic manner. And for the last time, as we are celebrating 10th year anniversary, God has helped us to now have a befitting diocesan secretariat. which will be dedicated on Saturday by the Primate of all Nigeria, is second to none. That secretariat and what is inside it is second to none. There is no facility you won't get inside there. And we didn't build it substandard. It's one of the best structures you can have. The women also took the bull by the horn. There's another wonderful imposing structure there called Women Bethany House, where they will be taking care of women and their needs and taking care of the poor and doing a lot of trainings and vocational activities. And we also have the church is changing in dynamics of economics and finance. So we have to diversify. So in that complex, we also have another story building we call business complex, because offering now does not satisfactorily carry church and support church. So the church must look for an alternative way of financing. That's why we have these places I mentioned now. So having said that, I think I have tried to present this report. That is our scorecard. Another thing I need to mention as human capital development is, I think I started the diocese with about 20-something or 19 or 20 clergymen. But within this